Hey, has anyone ever tried to explain you what a website was, but it was or too boring or confusing without of technicalities and just not very interesting? Don't worry, today you're in good hands. This week I started programming the online platform me and Victor were developing, a tech startup. So I thought it would be a great idea to talk a bit about the basics of how I program it. But for that, I decided to start talking about what is actually a website. So after spending some months learning web development and some years knowing how to program and learning about web design, by the way, our web design video for tools is here. I thought that it would be great to give some ideas of how a website is made and what is actually a website. This video is not only for people that is not into technology and doesn't know what is a website, but especially and also for people that already know this kind of concepts but have some wrong ideas about them or don't have enough clear for working in a higher level. So let's get started. Much better now. So forget everything you know about websites, internet, everything for 1 second. Firstly, I want you to think of a website as a book, a place where information is displayed. And now let's just add the simple element that changes how humanity goes. Links. It's like you're reading a book and just by tapping a word or a part of it, it takes you somewhere where you can find information very useful for you without the need to go physically there or even searching or not even thinking about it. Now, let's just add some other extra resources like video, photos or audio, and you'll have the base for all the websites in the planet. This is the base and is how I want you to think about every single website. Today, I'm not going to explain all the details about how the internet works, how a website works. I'm just going to go through the basics so that you and me, we can start creating a website. Before getting into the code, I want to make a very brief parenthesis. Websites, as I said, are basically books with resources on them. They are stored in big computers called servers. But how these computers are able to show this information to everyone in the planet? Well, they are connected between each other and between you and with your computer so that everyone can read this information or write it. It's just that, a bunch of computers connecting through all the world that creates the cloud and therefore the internet. Easy. So now let's get into the interesting stuff and let's get something done. Websites are created with code, a series of instructions that computers can read and understand from us. In our case, it's not the computer but the browser, the one that reads this instruction. Depending on how code is structured and how it relates to the information, you have different programming languages, just like how real languages are different by syntax or grammar. In our context, we're only gonna see 3 programming languages. HTML. Although this is not actually a programming language, but for the sake of simplicity, let's just assume that it's actually one of those. HTML gives the structure of the website. It's the main skeleton of what's gonna be our website. So for instance, if I want a text that is gonna be a header that is gonna say, for example, subscribe, CSS. This is neither another programming language, but again, for the sake of simplicity, we'll call it programming language. It provides appearance to the components that were determined by the structure of the HTML. In our case, if, for example, we want to give color, background, typography to our text, we can do that using CSS. You can also do amazing things with CSS like animation, shapes, many things. Finally, we have JavaScript. And this is actually a programming language. It's the one that does all the actions inside our website, modifying both the HTML and CSS. In our case, if we want to increase the size of our text or move it around, we can do that with JavaScript. It's also responsible for connecting to the backend and to the database. That is basically where all the information of the website, for example, in the case of Facebook, all the users are stored. Basically, JavaScript provides all the motion of the website and requires or requests all the information. And that's it. Don't worry if you don't get for now what I was doing with programming. The important thing is to understand the concepts and to have a clear idea of what constitutes a website. So basically, to sum up guys, a website is a book that has different links to another books or pages that allows you to navigate within the whole internet just by clicking one thing. And for making one, we use the HTML for creating the structure of all the components of the website, the CSS for creating the appearance of it, and the JavaScript for doing everything, all the actions that the user is asking for. There is obviously other languages involved in web development that we'll see in future videos, but I think with that for today is quite enough. So that's it for today guys. I hope you liked the video. If so, leave a like, subscribe for helping us with this project. Let me know down below in the comments if you like this kind of videos, if everything was clear. And don't forget guys that this Sunday there is a new video from Victor. So until then, see you.